Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and to be some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and 2 brand new trailers have released for the Awakening DLC. These trailers are going to be featuring the map Gauntlet and the map Rise, and kind of showing us a little bit of what these maps are going to be all about. Like the other trailers that have released for this DLC, they're only going to be about 12 seconds long each, therefore we don't really get to see a whole lot. We're just kind of getting a general preview of the maps themselves, and like usual, I grabbed a bunch of screenshots and I have a couple talking points that I'd like to discuss here in this video. So for the first map here, we have Gauntlet. Now right here at this opening title page here, you can actually see a lot of the different biomes of Gauntlet. Over here on the left, you actually have the forest. In the middle there, you have, of course, the snowy area, and over there on the right, it's going to be the rainy city. I'm really looking forward to Gauntlet because it's going to have all these different biomes. One interesting note is there is going to be some indoor sections to Gauntlet, and one of them features this area right here, which actually has the armor and like all the equipment of 3 of the different specialists right there, and just it's really odd that that's there. Like, why are those there like that? I really don't have any idea. And then, of course, we have a bunch of screenshots here of the different biomes that we're going to have available to us here in Gauntlet, and that's essentially all we really saw from this trailer. They just kind of showed us different little portions of Gauntlet, really nothing that we already haven't seen before, with the exception of that room that has a bunch of these specialists in it. That's really odd if you ask me. That's just, it's almost kind of creepy. It's like, why is all Fire Breaks armor right there? Like, why is that a thing? I don't know. Now let's move on over to Rise. Now this is actually going to be the biggest map of the Awakening DLC, as they have described it in the description of the original video that the official Call of Duty page uploaded. This is going to be the biggest map of the DLC, and admittedly it's the map that I am the least excited for, just because I don't feel as though they don't think they really were too creative with it. It's a construction site, which is something we see in Call of Duty a bazillion times. It has a little bit, just a little bit, of what I'm going to call Infinity Ward syndrome, where everything is dark and dreary rather than bright and vibrant like the rest of the maps in Black Ops 3. And so I'm definitely least excited for this map, but let's go over some screenshots here regardless. So we have this open area right here, and this is something that you're going to be noticing as like kind of a trend of this map, is there's going to be a lot of open areas, I think, while playing on Rise. They described it as a map where you're going to need to basically use cover the best of your ability, and of course master the movement system and so on and so forth. But apparently it's going to be a pretty open map, which I'm excited for. Actually, I tend to like open maps. I tend to like open maps where assault rifles can kind of dominate. I'm actually a big fan of those maps. A lot of people thought I was crazy when I mentioned that Wasteland from Modern Warfare 2 was one of my favorite maps of all time, and that map is essentially just 4 giant fields with a cave in the middle. Like, it's just, I like open maps for the most part. We got this screenshot here. It's just, again, it's nothing really special. It's a construction site. You got a tube right there. I mean, what else do you want me to say? You got this area over here. It's like, oh wow, look at that. We have a truck and some barrels. It's like, I don't really know what to say too much about this map. It's a construction site for the most part. But we do have this screenshot, which is pretty interesting to me, because we have this area of water here. You see this area of water, and in interviews about this map and about the Awakening DLC, they mentioned that Rise was what they believe to be the most competitive map of all the Awakening DLC maps, as well as they mentioned that water is going to play a pretty key factor in this map, as indicated by this screenshot, where you guys can see there's the entire essentially underwater section of this map, which I think is going to be really, really interesting. This looks to be a giant underwater area. Like, is this going to be the biggest body of water that we've seen in Call of Duty Black Ops 3? It might be, because the biggest one I could think besides this would be, gosh, probably Hunted, right? Hunted, you have the waterfall that's over there, like in the cave, like the water in the cave underneath the bridge. Then you take that all the way over to the other waterfall, which is right next to the B flag. Like, that's a pretty big section of water. This looks to be even bigger than that, and I'm wondering how many people are going to drown down here. Like, how many gunfights are going to be down here? I just think it's going to be interesting. I wonder if people are going to, you know, be hanging out down here a lot, if it's going to be like a forgotten portion of the map that people don't really use, or people only use it occasionally to try and flank. Like, I'm interested to see, because I've always wanted them to kind of like try and take this entire idea of underwater and make it even more prevalent in their maps, just to kind of go wild with it. I think a lot of people have already came up with the idea of trying to have an entire underwater map. Like, for whatever reason, make it so we breathe underwater for whatever reason, and just see what it's like, or at least give us a map that we could play in private matches that would be underwater. I think that would be pretty interesting. So yeah, I mean, this map itself, it doesn't have a lot of interesting ideas by the very nature that it's a construction site, which again, we've seen a bazillion times in Call of Duty, and the fact that it's also kind of dark and dreary, which already just turns me off the map in general. But the fact that there is an entire underwater section, that sounds pretty awesome to me. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude this video. 2 brand new trailers for the Awakening DLC. Once again, we had the map Gauntlet, and we had the map Rise, and of course we did other videos covering the Rise and Draha, the zombies experience that we're going to be getting with the Awakening DLC, as well as the 2 other maps, Skyjacked, the remake of Hijacked from Black Ops 2, as well as of course Splash, which I think is the map that everybody is excited for. So many people are so excited to play on Splash, myself included. It's gonna be a water park where we're gonna be running through water slides, and there's gonna be see water and stuff. It's going to be fun. I'm definitely looking forward to the Awakening DLC, which is roughly, what was it, 2 days away at the time of me recording this video. I'm definitely excited for that. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I hope you guys all found it helpful and informative. I've got some more Black Ops 3 to go play because it is still double XP weekend at the time of me recording this video. I have Prestige 1 full time, and I'm like halfway through my next Prestige so far. I've gotten so many awesome gameplay, so many hilarious and awesome clips. I've been having a lot of fun playing Black Ops 3 this weekend, and hopefully you guys are as well, because double XP weekend is one of the best times to be a Call of Duty player because it's so much fun to level up. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.